Hey everyone, it's Blue Lucy, and I'm here to do a pick-a-pile reading for you today. So take a moment, think about whatever situation, issue, relationship, conundrum, etc. that you would like some insight or clarification into, and then use your intuition to pick a pile. We have pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And so pick a pile and you can scroll ahead or look for the timestamps below. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, then perhaps there's a message in there for you too. So take a moment, focus, and pick a pile and join me for your reading next. All right, everyone, if you picked pile 1, here we are. Your overarching theme for your reading is fulfillment. So fulfillment here, and I have to cover this up a little bit because there's some nudity, but what we have here is a mother feeding her child. And so the theme of today's reading is what makes you fulfilled and what do you need to do to become more fulfilled in your own life. So there's a need for fulfillment. So already we see that perhaps you feel like things could be better or something's missing. You might have an idea of what that is, and you might even have an idea of how to take action to get there. But let's just see what comes out. All right, so we're going to look at your current situation. We're going to look at obstacles you might be facing and advice around that. Okay. Things are coming out already, and my chair is squeaky, so try not to mind that. Okay, first of all is the Ace of Wands. There's a few cards here. Ace of Wands, the Tower, and I'm not sure what to do with these cards here. We have the Queen of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. I don't feel like this is the advice. I feel like this is all part of the obstacle. So we're going to put that in the in the obstacle position. And I'm going to just get one more card here before let's take this one. Death in reverse. Okay, so we have Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the Tower, and the Tower, I'm not sure, that came out sideways. So Death. I'm going to put these back. Two of Cups on the bottom. Okay. So it looks like this is having to do with some kind of relationship. Ace of Wands in reverse tells me like there's something that is trying to start or restart, or there's some kind of a pause or block in getting something off the ground. And with the Tower kind of came out reverse too. So there's like something in the situation that needs to change, wants to change, and might be having trouble changing. And even Death in reverse too indicates that too. So fulfillment around there's just some blocks. And more about the obstacle, we have the Queen of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So just going first gut here, Queen of Cups, someone in the situation, perhaps the feminine, is feeling left out in the cold and weary, right? Perhaps someone here feels the need to, Five of Cups is very much lack of fulfillment, right? It's like things you want are right in front of you, and maybe even if you ask, you can get access to them. But sometimes speaking our truth is hard. I'm really getting like speaking your truth around something, or not being able to speak your truth around something, has you feeling isolated, left out, and like there's just a chill on the situation. And Seven of Swords is also like feeling feeling it's not wanting to come out, which makes me feel like there's thoughts of letting this go entirely. Okay, because Seven of Swords, it's almost like people around you, you don't feel like people are seeing your worth, your true worth in the situation. Or this person is feeling like people are not seeing her true worth. It's frozen the situation a little bit, and there's a sense of wanting to, or needing to almost strike out on your own, because we have one figure here and the spaces of other people that are no longer there. So maybe feeling isolated or misunderstood or not seen, which can lead to Tower moment, right? So you can only go so long in this kind of situation. False starts, transformation, wanting to change, but there's a block. Okay, so there's a block. I'm gonna just put these right side up because I feel like eventually these things are going to right themselves, because fulfillment, right? So you are needing fulfillment, and at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So this is some kind of a union, some kind of a relationship, some kind of partnership, something that you're emotionally invested in and that you've put a lot of time into, but is kind of at a frozen standstill. Okay, it's almost like you felt like you can do you've done everything you think you can do in the situation, and now there's nothing left other than to maybe let go. So I'm just going to pull some more cards about that, because the advice was actually death reversed. Oh, okay. Death reversed. I'm going to pull some cards for clarification on this, but it's like a change that needs to happen. Man, this situation is tricky. I'm really drawn to these ghost hands here in the sign of prayer, supplication, request. That is really interesting. So there's a real need for transformation. I'm getting the sense in the situation here that if transformation doesn't occur, then this partnership has it's gone as far as it can go. And if the challenges can be overcome, then things can happen that can allow progress to be made. So I'm just going to pick some more. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to pick some more cards around that clarification, advice, taking a change. So what does this change look like? Okay, what does the change look like? Or what steps do we need to take? Wheel of Fortune. The time has come. Two of Swords and Judgment. I feel like this isn't really advice. It's just kind of saying there's a need to make a decision without emotion, right? Not like emotion like you're unfeeling, cold, not caring, but rather it's making a decision from an unbiased, as neutral as possible place. So it's almost like mind over matter, like think more with your head and take into account what's in your heart, but ultimately make like making a rational choice. The time has come. Judgment. There's something that's going to happen in your favor, or there's things that are going to come out and prevail. And this is all around fulfillment. Wow. And I'm hearing right now you need to take care of yourself, right? Because you're not satisfied. There's something here that's unsatisfying with the Four of Cups around the Lovers or a choice, and the need for patience and balance in the situation. So Or it's like what's on offer right now doesn't quite fill your cup. Like the choices, like you want there to be better choices. But there's a call to be patient right now, because there's in this situation, there's something that has to play out. It's like things have to happen according to divine timing. So kind of like to bide your time in this, tend to yourself, take care of yourself. Like there's a sense of nourishment here in this fulfillment card. So treat yourself like your own inner child. Nurture yourself, tend to your needs. Like what makes you happy, right? What brings you joy, or what brings you closer to that? What do you do? Do those things that make you feel content and happy, because the more you can do that, the more that will help the situation. It's like tend to your joy, and then things will open up. It kind of like is a balm on the situation so things can go smoother. So things need to happen according to their own time. And Seven of Swords. There's a lot of seven. It's a critical moment. This is all about the self. Sevens are really about the self. And there's some sevens here. So really, whatever is going on outside of you, it's really talking to about something inside you. So whatever this situation is, as hard as it is, there's the Seven of Swords. Didn't that come out somewhere else? Oh, this is the Eight of Swords. I'm like, I'm only using one deck. Seven and Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is in your head. Try to get out of your head. And when you tend to your fulfillment, that can take you out of that spinning wheel in your head that gives you anxieties and worries and fears and puts knots in your stomach. It's almost like you're your own worst enemy here. So try not to make up scenarios in your head, right? Try not to get wrapped up in your emotions. So there's a sense of you really hashing things out in your head and becoming all wrapped up in the emotions and getting knots in your stomach. So just try to be as neutral and balanced as possible, especially with Temperance coming out also. So be patient. Go with your gut instinct and don't count so much on other people right now to give you fulfillment. This is about you providing that to yourself, and this relates to themes of value and worth and self-value and self-worth. Because it's like once you can get a better sense that you are valuable, you are worthy, you are worth the investment of good things. The Hierophant. Yeah, there's a sense here of wanting stability, right? And there's something in the situation that's not stable. And unless it becomes stable, it's not going to last. Of course, right? The Hermit, yeah. Right now, the best thing to do is source the peace inside of yourself. Source the fulfillment. Source your own fulfillment, right? Tend to your own needs. And then once you can provide that for yourself, once you ease into your joy or closer to your joy, because there's elements of the situation that are not joyful. But if you can find ways to make yourself happy and focus on yourself and not so much on what's going on around you or other people or another person, even if that's hard, you know, just practice at it one step at a time. Then that opens things up to come about as they will, and then things will reach ahead. And whatever happens will work out in your favor. Whatever happens. Let's get my rebel deck here. Some sassy insight. Money, money, money. Make it rain. Make it rain. Focus on your coin. Focus on, yeah. And if this is a work situation here, you know, you do you. Make it rain. Or if it's just like abundance in, stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on the person. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. All right? All right. Yeah, because, again, there's the sense that you've done as much as you can do. And unless something else steps up... But that's out of your hands, right? So that's why you focus on you. Focus on you, and then things will become clear. Things will become clear to you in the near future. And you can make the choice that's best for you. It might not be easy, right, when that time comes, but you will choose what's best for you. Okay? You'll choose what's best for you. Good luck with that, all right? Take it easy. I'll talk to you next time. Hey, Pile 1, I just wanted to do a postscript to your reading. I caught something, part of your reading involved the Queen of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. And they all came out together. Perhaps you'll remember this. And I kept trying to show the Seven of Swords, and it didn't want to be seen. And then when I pulled it out, I misread it, kind of. And maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe everything I said should have been said. And I do believe that's the case. But there's a missing element. Seven of Swords, and the fact that it didn't want to be seen. Right? Seven of Swords speaks to... I was reading it like it was the Seven of Wands. Which, again, take it as it resonates. It could be... It probably needed to be said because I said it. But in that situation, there's something hidden, a deception, a lie, something that did not want to come out, right? I was having trouble showing it to you. And when it showed up, it said the wrong thing, which is so perfect. It's kind of perfect because something in that situation there, pay attention to that, you know, and the fact that I came back and I caught it, right? When it first comes out, it's not going to want to come out. And then when it comes out, it's not going to be honest. But later on, you or the Queen of Cups, whoever that figure is going to figure out what it is. And it's going to come back like this PS here and say, hey, figured out what it was. You'll find out the lie, you'll find out the deception, you'll find out whatever it is that makes you or this person feel isolated, left out in the cold. The truth, perhaps the truth that was having trouble being spoken will now be spoken. So I just want to add that as a postscript. The energy in your reading was really difficult to move through, right? Like some readings just flow. And there's something in your reading that was really difficult to move through. And I feel like that's what your situation is like. So I just want to add this PS. Something that was not wanting to come out is going to come out. And if you don't catch it the first time, you will catch it later on. I just want to say that, okay? Thank you. And I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Hello, this is for Pile 2. Pile 2. For you, the overarching theme of your reading today is guidance. And I have to cover this one too because social media doesn't like nudity. Guidance. So right now you are being called on to tune into your own inner guidance because there's something that you need guidance about, right? Perhaps you feel like I'm getting hanged man in my head. The need to change perspective or see things in a new light, or just feeling unsure about what to do about something in your life. And always the best thing to do is tune into your own inner wisdom in whatever manner works best for you. Being shown the way. Okay, so let's get into your reading. We're going to see what your current situation is. We're going to see where the obstacles around that are, and the advice about what to do. Guidance. And also, you're being guided. So if you are, whatever you do to feel connected to Source, do that. Pray, meditate, go for walks in nature, exercise, engage in creative activities, dance, listen to music, whatever brings you into your body and detaches that little tape in your head that talks to you all the time. Okay. Current situation for pile number 2. Okay. Okay, right away we have 2 cups. This is, whatever this is, it involves emotions. It involves something important to you, something you're emotionally invested in. I'm going to take this one because that's the one I saw first. Okay. This is a tiny deck. Okay. All right. So we have current situation, Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, and 10 of Wands. So your current situation involves a message, an invitation, some kind of upcoming offer it's an emotional offer. I would even say it's an offer of love, some kind of new opportunity in love, or something that you love to do. And these 2 kind of came out together, so I'm almost wondering, I need to pick one more card here. So the current situation, some person or something being offered to you, right? Some either a relationship, offer of love, or something that you love to do. Someone offering you a position or an opportunity that you love. The obstacle is the 10 of Wands. So wherever you're at, it's like this, you're feeling really burdened. You have a lot of weight on your shoulders already. You're struggling, but also you've developed strength and you have good footing, and it's like you're almost at the top, but you're carrying a big load. And maybe that is getting in the way of being able to accept or move on whatever offer is coming up for you. Okay, it's like you have some stuff to sort out first. Two of Pentacles and the Star. The advice here in this situation is to take things one step at a time and just trust that the next step will open up to you once you start moving. Okay, you might not be able to see the whole path ahead. That's okay. If you're able to just sink into the uncertainty a little bit, the Star promises that healing will happen, balance will happen, and there's some kind of wish that you're walking towards that will come true. So the advice in the situation, while you're bogged, when you have so many tasks to tend to, if you stop and look at everything, you might get overwhelmed and just stop, right? The advice is to not stop because you're almost there, right? You're almost there, and very soon you'll reach a place where you'll be free to step into this new fulfilling offer that's coming in for you. But you really have to trust the process. This is about trusting the process, trusting yourself, and just taking one step at a time. Because wish fulfillment, you can get it, right? But you don't, make sure not to get in your own way. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Don't get in your own way. That's the guidance. And even look, this card here, this guidance card, she's floating on the cloud. And these are stones, but it's like they're floating, right? So part of this floating thing, it can feel unsteady because you want to feel grounded when you make a choice, right? But there's a certain element of risk and trust. Oh, wow, this reading is flowing much better than the first one. The first one was really hard. There was a lot of fighting energy in the first one, and this reading is coming through beautifully. 3 of Swords. There is an element here of heartbreak. Perhaps, you know, some of you are leaving a relationship or leaving one thing and stepping into another. And I feel like if this is the case, whether it's a relationship or an opportunity, even a job, like doing something that you love or a hobby, it's requiring, and this is true for a lot of people across the board right now. I did a full moon reading about a week ago, and it was all about making choices. And collectively, people are making some big choices in their lives right now. And inevitably, that's going to involve feeling sad about, you know, like with the World card, when that comes out, it's like one door closes, another door opens. So even if we want these things, even if we're excited about them, looking forward to them, we can still experience sadness over what, you know, is going behind us now, what's in the past. But trusting the process and going one step at a time, especially when you feel overwhelmed or overcome with grief or things that are heavy, this is a learning opportunity, and you're being invited right now to perhaps slowly exit one thing while gradually entering the new thing. And as you do that, you know, you're learning your footing. There's new things to learn, and some of these things will excite you, although they'll provide a spark that really will tap into your joy. What else do we need to know? Any more advice? Judgment. Wow, this came up in the last reading too. There's some big things happening right now, and things are going to reach ahead, right? And in this reading, I feel like if you trust and just take one step at a time, things will work out in your favor. So even if there are elements that are difficult or sad or crappy things to work through, with Judgment here and even the Star, like these two together tells me really that things will work out in your favor. Like the truth will be seen. You'll know what to do. Resources will become available to you, and you won't even have to do much for that to happen, except let it flow, right? Let it flow. And I'm being asked to pick another oracle card. So we have guidance as a theme here. Trust your inner guidance as each step passes before you. Forgiveness. Yeah. Especially with this 3 of Swords. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. And of course, forgiveness is ultimately for ourselves, even if we're forgiving someone else, the hurt, right? In order to move ahead, there's things that you have to let go of. And that's a process. It's a process. So, compassion is showing up in my mind here too. Divinity tells me that there's something in this situation that is as it should be, right? So if you look beyond the illusion of the events that are happening, you'll see, and with this Page of Pentacles, as you continue the journey, as you get closer to the summit, you will understand. You'll understand why things are happening the way that they are. And you're getting something out of this for yourself that you did not have before, like something, like maybe you understand your value more than you did before, or you can take action, right? Clear your chakras and courage. So clearing your space, you know how in the spring we do spring cleaning, do some fall cleaning. Clear your own inner space, which is forgiveness. Forgive yourself and others for what you think you've done or not done, or what they have done or not done. And yeah, and in time you'll get an understanding. So this is a reading that's really encouraging you to connect to source. Okay, if that, take a shot. Take 1 or 2 and then move on. Don't take 12. Okay, don't. This is telling me not to force a situation. Okay, don't force a situation. Just do what you can do and then let it flow. Because once we try to like control too many things, if we get too like handsy, then that does block the energy. So try to stay in the flow state as much as possible, and then this whole process will go much more smoothly. And really, some good shit's about to happen, okay? So, you know, just kind of relax into it. Relax into it. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So whenever you're about to hit overwhelm, take a time out. Give yourself a time out, okay? And I feel like this is pretty complete for you guys. So good luck with your stuff right now. It looks like you won't need a lot of stuff, luck, because things are working out for you. I'm just gonna see if there's one final card for like outcome card. Oh, that flashed. The World, yeah. The World's... the womb. The womb, there's something that is being... There's something in gestation right now. And this is something lovely. And you can't rush it. You can't rush it. So just go with the flow. Okay, guys? Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hey, pile 3. Here we are. So for you, the overarching theme right now is empathy. So you are being asked to be empathic, right? Try to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Start to soften your heart in regards to whatever is happening in the situation, because there's things going on that maybe you might not see, or whatever the situation is, whether it's you or everyone involved, what's being asked of you is to have more empathy. Okay, so that is the general theme. We have empathy. So there's a challenging situation happening right now. And to help it along, see the other person's point of view. And it would be great if everyone in the situation involved could see the other person's point of view a little bit more. So what I'm going to ask for with the cards here today for you is what your current situation is, what the obstacle in that might be, and any advice we have. Okay, first up, and I'm sitting in a squeaky chair, so I need to get some WD-40 or something. All right. So if you hear any weird sounds, it's my chair. So first up, we have Ten of Pentacles. Your situation. It's like prosperity. It's the situation right now involves, it's almost like generational wealth, something acquired that you or someone have worked really long and hard for. This is, it's like, we have a happy family here, but it's also like the estate, you know, the trust fund. It's it's having everything set up, it's stability, it's prosperity. That's the situation. The obstacle is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups came up in another reading too. Knight of Cups and Knight of Cups and Nine of Wands. So the obstacle in this situation is there's an energy. I'm feeling like it's a person who has, there's like an offer of either love or something emotionally fulfilling, but surrounding it is just this exhausted, tired, like wounded warrior type stuff going on. And this has strong family vibes here. This, I feel like for most of you who picked this pile, this involves something like some kind of family issue, even perhaps inheritance or estate or something about the stability of the family. The World, man, this is coming up in all of them. I'm going to take this one. Queen of Cups, the Sun, and the World. So it looks to me like there's people showing up here. We have Knight of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, we have this Nine of Wands, which could be an adjective instead of a noun, but it's it almost looks here, there's some issues going on with both the heart and the coin, right? This could involve a mother figure or a matriarch and someone younger but devoted and well-meaning, who's been fighting for something in this situation and who still has the upper hand here, but it's gone on for a while and they've endured some hits, right? The advice here, the Queen of Cups, the Sun, and the World. And the energy I'm feeling, sometimes a reading flows and it just comes out, and some of them are difficult. The first pile one was difficult, and this pile is slightly difficult too, which tells me that in this situation, the energies involved are just like that. It in some cases there might be difficulty communicating, or there's so many pans in the fire that it's hard to tend to everything. The advice though surrounds this feminine energy who has a lot to give, and there's something that's come to a head, and there's happiness around it. This is actually puzzling me a little bit here, but it's clear that this is a family or some kind of established thing. Let me get some more insight into this obstacle, because then maybe we can figure this out. So tell us more about this obstacle, this Knight of Cups, Nine of Wands energy, Five of Cups. There's been a disappointment about something. So what is the disappointment? What is this about? I keep getting elements of a state. So maybe some of you are figuring out where things, like if someone has passed on, for example, there's Four of Swords in reverse. It's hard to take a break from something. It's all, or you're caring for someone who, Four of Swords. There's a need to, there's a real need for a break. This obstacle. Someone is overworked. Maybe there's someone who is a caretaker that has just reached a point of like exhaustion. But things are starting to move, okay? Empathy. It's like I'm seeing a family just dealing with an issue, and different people in the family have different ideas about how to go about addressing things. Queen of Pentacles and Six of Wands. Yeah, with this and the Queen of Cups in the outcome, I feel like there's a solution to this, right? So the more you can employ empathy here and putting yourself in someone else's shoes, and maybe even having a conversation with the people involved, and even asking, hey, everyone, can you all try to put yourselves in, can we try to put ourselves in each other's shoes here? Or just the need for that. Because the more you can do that, the more you will find a way for success here. There is success in the outcome, but it does depend on how you navigate the situation. And the key to navigating the situation is empathy. Okay, so whatever that is for you. And the more you can do that, perhaps even just by you doing that, when the other people involved see you being more empathic, that can inspire them to soften too. So even if you don't have that conversation and be like, hey, can we all be more empathic? Like just by you being that, just by showing up that way, sends the energy out there. So it'll hit people different, right? How you approach people matters. The more you can do that, the more success you will have. Okay? And yeah, there's also something in this situation that really involves, there's a lot of stability. Pentacles and Cups. This is, yeah, this is family. This is like emotion and abundant, like financial stuff. Let me get some sassy pants. My Rebel deck. Blunt to the point advice in the situation here. You are loved. Okay, there is a lot of love in the situation, and I really do see that with the Sun here. In the world, I feel like, you know, you all can find a way. Just come back to what matters the most, right? Come from love. You are loved. You're here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. They had to throw that in there. But yes, heart-centered, okay? Heart-centered, empathy, love, right? When you come from that space, you're not coming from the space of your issues. And then what's ruling is love and not the issues. So even if the issues show up, they are covered, you know, they come. Does that make sense? Stop talking. Don't force it. And stop talking just means, you know, you can say what you need to say, but also listen, right? Listen, yeah, listen. Don't force it, and allow. And that came through in the last, in the group too. Just allow things to come. Let me get. I'm actually curious about this Ten of Pentacles, the current situation. I mean, it's, I just want to get a little bit more information about that. Ace of Swords. Oh. So it could be that there's some information coming out here in the family unit. Some kind of truth coming out, or something becoming clear in the family unit. Eight of Pentacles, working. Everyone's there's working on something. Hanged Man. And Hanged Man for me just reiterates this need to put yourself in other people's positions. Okay, so we got that. So final message from this angel deck here for group 3. And good luck. And you know, I really feel like there is a lot of love here in the situation. Y'all can find a way to work it out. Just come from your heart. Counselor, clairvoyance, yeah. Maybe you need to go get some counseling or group counseling or clairvoyance. Like in your heart, you know what the right thing is, okay? And I'm getting ringing in my ears as that's happening. So it's like, I feel like you can rely on your intuition in the situation. Breathe. Okay. This one is a sweet one. Come back to what matters most. Come with love and things will work out. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will talk to you next time.